Let's understand from the scratch what is what, the possible career options. A small intro planned for about 15 to 20 minutes. Let's get started now. So the agenda for today's class is all about database and SQL technologies, like what are the different job roles. Okay, let's get started slowly. Let's understand first what is database and why we need it. Let's get started slowly, step by step. This is Sai Phanindra from SQL School. I assure you complete practice-oriented classes from scratch, and you need to promise me on-time practice throughout the course. And here is our course notes. We'll go step by step, right from introduction, interview questions and answers, installation, interview questions and answers. Again, SQL basics, interview questions, answers, and connections with few more basics, again questions, answers. This way it continues until end of the course. Any course you take with us with the same pattern, and the questions would be up to date always. We'll be having good amount of concepts. We are going to learn step by step with nice number of task items to make sure we are investing our valuable time in a useful way from scratch. So need your support. On-time practice required throughout the course. Subject is bit vast. The content you see on the screen is only for the SQL and MS SQL basics. About 400 plus queries, 200 plus interview questions and answers. The first 3 weeks course basics. From these 3 weeks basics, 400 plus queries and 200 plus interview questions with 2 case studies. We've got case studies and healthcare domain and the complete solutions. From this 200 plus task, 400 plus queries, 3 weeks journey from scratch. From here, you'll continue for other job oriented activities. These are all the basics. From there, we go for actual job oriented program. Power BI, Azure Data Engineering, or Fabric, MSBI, Snowflake, etc. Even full stack, like we have Java full stack, Python full stack, anything. SQL is the base, the boss. Let's understand slowly, step by step, more about our course and the curriculum and whom we are actually. Yes, we have been into this service for more than 19 years, and we are ISO certified organization for almost more than 12 years. Every year we need to renew it by showing the process and the quality of the content, updated content. We work with good amount of individual and corporate clients, and majority of our corporate clients are direct recruiting agencies and software MNC companies. Here it is, right from ADP to Mindtree, Techem, so on. And we in fact gain these corporate contacts from our previous students, participants. I have been training all these years. They become managers, they become senior managers and like module leads, vertical leads, and VPs and CEOs, etc. From there we get these contacts. That's a simple secret. So we do the things consistently and we are safe. With this information, to make it more clear, few of our recent invoices. I'm not supposed to show them bright, so I just them dim. But still you'll be able to find those details in our website, sqlschool.com/invoices. Of course, we are supposed to hide the invoice ID, but remaining items, yes, we are supposed to show them anyway. And the one you see on the screen is from Mindtree, one of our favorite MNCs. Now it is with L&T. And this is the course completion certificate your recruiter can verify on our website. with a unique certificate ID for job interviews, visa interviews, or any proof of upskill from a certified agency, or in fact you would like to join us for some other course later point of time in future, yes, this particular token would be always an helpful option for us. Next, let's understand technically what is database and what are our career options. Technically, to understand the career options, to understand our job roles, first let's understand what is database. Database is a platform to store any type of data, any amount of data. I repeat again, database, a platform to store any type of data and any amount of data. You may ask me, like, why we go for database? Why not we store data in Excel, PDF, MS Office, etc.? We can store data there also, right? Then why database? Yes, the main advantage of database here, easier, faster, secure data access. Easier, faster, secure data access. That's the main advantage. And this database is actually two types. From here comes job roles, or actual job roles. Two major types of databases. There are many, two major. OLTP, like my living room in my house. Warehouse, like a store room in my house. Living room, store room. Live data, historical data. Showroom, godown. As simple as that. RDBMS is our house. It's a software. It's a software to store, secure, manage databases. One such housing brand is SQL. I repeat, database is our room. DBMS is our house. One such housing brand from Microsoft, for many real estate companies, right? Different housing brands. For example, Tata Housing or Godrej, or for example, we have something called, a lot of housing activities are there. Very recently, we had one, housing activities in Goa, very recently, Rajdeep we call. And we had one more called Raj Pushpa, etc. Practically speaking, there are good amount of housing brands. We have Aditya Birla as well, good amount of housing brands. You take US, you have Trump and few other brands, big brands. So one such brand of database housing is Microsoft SQL. Now let's get into the house. House has multiple rooms. Database have multiple types. OLTP to store live real-time data activities, live activities like live online banking, online reservations, our live class, anything like OLTP. So there is a separate job role for OLTP. We call SQL developers. So SQL developers will be involved in OLTP data.
Sorry, your voice is breaking.
Design.
Sorry, your
Then
voice
what
is.
about data warehouse? Data engineers. This data where we need a set architecture for the store. About partitions where and someone says cloud compute, observe carefully. I'll repeat again. We'll go for the activities carefully after some time. Let's observe carefully. Again, OLTP, live online online transaction processing databases. Live activities, SQL developers job role. They work with something called normal forms, part of our classes. Data warehouse, they work with something called medallion architecture. Medallion we call, that is data warehouse. There is something called silver, bronze, gold tables practically. That is what warehouse means. I'll show you a small example here practically to justify our things. Any end-to-end big data implementation with data engineering involves, see here, bronze tables, silver tables, gold tables, and this is your warehouse. And this database, this is the OLTP. OLTP left, warehouse right, Power BI reporting, completely different, data analysis. And in between you have, these are all ETL activities we call ETL, extract, transform and load. Extract, transform and load, remember. With this information, next, from here comes our job roles. Left side, OLTP databases, live data. Then warehouse. In between we have ETL, extract, transform, load. So ETL is like a valet parking service. Pick data from live, load it to history. Very simple logic. Today's live could be tomorrow's history, left to right. And from there we have data analysis, nothing but reporting activities. OLTP left, data warehouse right. Third database we have OLTP, online analytical processing database. From here, what are our job roles on my screen? On my screen, this left side is SQL developer job role. Data engineers will be involved in ETL and data. That is data engineering job role. Data analysts, Power BI. So data analysts need to work on database reporting, file reporting, warehouse reporting, 3 types of reports. What do I mean? I'll show you to make it simple and straight. For example, you have something called Power BI. Okay, there's something called Power BI. It's a free app. Power BI has 6 design tools. Out of 6, 5 are free. 5 are free. I am taking one of those 6 design environments called Power BI Desktop to show you this diagram practically. What does this diagram says? OLTP, ETL, data warehouse. From data warehouse we have reporting. For example, live online banking, OLTP. Past transactions, data warehouse. I apply for a home loan, then forecasting, and everything we can report, live reporting, past data reporting, forecast reports for my loan approval. That is what BI, business intelligence, means. The end-to-end data game, right from birth of data till forecast, is what BI means. It is from data warehouse we have data science projects, machine learning projects, AI engineering starts from data warehouse. So here it is once again. See there, something called ML, machine learning. Machine learning comes on top of data warehouse. Power BI comes on top of data warehouse in general. So without data warehouse, we cannot implement big data. We cannot implement cloud computing, not possible. Let me show you in a more simplified way. There is a reporting environment called Power BI. The interface looks something like this. Power BI we call. There is something called get data in Power BI. If I go more, it will ask you from where you want to generate the report. From files we can generate the reports. From databases we can generate the reports. From warehouse also we can generate the reports. What else? We can generate reports from analytical databases. So OLT is different, warehouse is different, analytical database are different. From anywhere, everywhere, we can generate report. So data analysts will be usually not just warehouse. Concentrate concentrating on database and report. That is data analysis job role. BI developer job role, everything. SQL, data engineering, Power BI. Full stack. Azure full stack involves data mining and let's slowly understand what is a platform to store any data, any amount of data, and any type of data, and a platform to store any amount of data. Now, what are the types of databases? Simply say types of databases. What are they? OLTP, data warehouse, and what else? OLAP. OLTP stands for Online Analytical Processing Database. Simple concept, let's observe carefully here. Example, a live cricket match. I'll take example as well. Here it is. Like a live cricket match. Who is going to deal with this? SQL developers. OLTP, now data warehouse. Data warehouse databases to store old data. And data engineers will be responsible for this one. OLAP, Online Analytical Processing Databases. Like for example, score predictors. A live cricket match have predictions, right? Chances to win, chances to lose, etc. Score predictors. And BI developers will be involved here. That's a job role. From here, we have other important one, reports. Design reports and dashboards using databases and files. Data analyst job role. So usually data analyst will be aware of OLTP. As you gain experience, you need to have warehouse and OLAP also. That is data analyst job role. So these are the major job roles we have. Now how to implement it? There comes SQL, our new friend for our classes. Structured query language. A platform to communicate with any database. Any database means OLTP, data warehouse, etc. OLAP and so on. So we are going to learn SQL first. Then we have MS SQL. What is MS SQL? Microsoft SQL, also called Transact SQL. Both are same, remember. MS SQL, TSQL, both are same. Sometimes we get call saying, sir, I want to learn TSQL. We ask them, for what? Do you want to go for TSQL for data list? Then TSQL queries. You want to go for programming? Then TSQL programming. Both are different departments. TSQL queries are different. TSQL programming is different. TSQL management is different. DBA activities. So you have separate courses for everything. Let's be specific in what we learn. We are not into academics, right? We are into job world, job environment. So let's be extra specific in what we learn, why and how. We are into TSQL. We have queries, programming, management. Three different wide departments. Major changes. Here it is. What is this MS SQL? A variant of SQL. A variant of SQL means a type of SQL for Microsoft databases. That is MS SQL. Now our journey, how we actually proceed next. Our journey plan. Coming to our journey plan, step number 1 would be learn SQL and MS SQL concepts. Then step 2 would be learn actual job oriented course. Well, here it is again. I was mentioning 400 plus queries, 200 plus interview questions and answers. Part of our classes, no second thought. That is the basement for our job work. We need to showcase something in our resume, right? We need to put all this effort carefully. And then actual job oriented course, it can be either option 1 for SQL programming, full of coding. We say complex procedures, functions, triggers, etc., etc. For example, see here the program. These are all SQL queries, okay, basics. From there, if you are going for programming, separate concepts all together, far advanced, with nice project. And the project looks something like this: a 2000 lines of code. That is what developer means, coding. If you are fond of coding, you like programming, then you go for this course. Otherwise, instead of that, you can happily proceed for a cool Power BI course. Nice reporting environment, good amount of concepts, data analysis activities. Every course we have topic, assignments, answers. Again, next topic, questions, answers. That's how it is throughout the course for every course. No, Sai, I would like to go for data engineering. Yes, you can do data engineering. Is completely into data warehouse, we call DWH, I said storeroom, right? That is entirely different again. The architecture of data warehouse is entirely different. We call massively parallel processing architecture. From there, we have something called cloud computing components. Spark clusters and compute we call cloud computing activities. That is data warehouse. So SQL programming or option 2. Remember, SQL, MS SQL first required, mandatory. It's mandatory. Then SQL programming or data engineering or option 3. Option 3 is Power BI. You can choose any of these options. And out of these, option 2 and 3 are cloud. And coming to the job market right now, this combination is doing very good in the market. So you may take only option 2, consider option 3 in future. or take only option 3 now and consider option 2 later. It's up to you, but the combination always works. Why? Because data engineer is backend. Okay, Power BI is front end. Why? See, data engineer is nothing but data warehouse, right? Power BI is nothing but reporting. Now the question here, what about Python? Our data engineering course involves Python. Python part of our data engineering course. Without Python, we cannot do big data implementations. If you are going for Power BI, you may consider Python separate add-on if you wanted to for senior data analyst experience positions. Okay, so the add-on would be Python, a separate 1-month course for us. Option 1, SQL programming, but again there is no certification from Microsoft for programming as on date. For data engineering, a certification called DP203, and here we have PL300. So these two clouds have their own separate individual certification codes from Microsoft. So what is PL300 data analyst? Let me show you here what I mean. On my screen, PL300 the PL300 is nothing but Microsoft data analyst. Carefully, okay. Just wait for a few moments. Yes, so here we go. I'll say PL300, this one, Microsoft Power BI data analyst. Our course content and the curriculum is apt for data analyst certification. So we need SQL and Power BI. It should be enough for data analyst certification. But for our job work, good to have Python. So to make it simple and straight, here it is. Which course you need to opt for? If you wanted to be a data engineer, I just write it here on the screen. Yes, the PL300 is this one. I'll just show you here. PL300, this one. Power BI data analyst. Let's wait, this one. PL300, remember the certification. Now, if you want to be a data engineer, then opt for SQL plus Azure Data Engineer combo course. And if you want to be a data analyst, opt for SQL plus Power BI combo course. Later point of time, you can have your own add-on. Here, optional add-on can be Power BI because you can have back and front end together. Here, optional add-on for data analyst, it will be Python. Python is always a good choice for data analyst. Let me show you here. Let me show you. I was actually taking on Power BI, right? See on my screen. There is something called, let me just show you here on my screen. See, Python. Power BI loves Python. This one. So they are integrated with each other. We cannot escape them. Power BI has something with Python. You can ask me, Sai, why we need Python? Let me put this way. Why we need Python again? This arrow mark. This arrow mark needs Python. For dynamic reporting, we need Python. This arrow mark. Every arrow mark we can implement using SQL left side. Right side arrow marks we require Python, remember. Left side SQL, right side Python. As simple as that. So without SQL we cannot touch warehouse. Without SQL, our Azure data engineering demo class itself will be a question mark. So let's go for SQL first, data engineer next, or SQL first, Power BI next. For more experienced data analysis activities, more confidence for your resume, go for Python. Again, Python, we have the same style of learning with us. Concepts, practice, and examples from scratch. Right from introduction, installation, everything. We'll do slowly, step by step. FAQs, interview questions and answers as usual. For every concept, we have interview questions and answers across different levels. Here it is. These are complete Python with SQL, Python with Power BI, Python with Excel, kind of integration. That is more important here. So learning the subject is 50%. Implementing it in real world is another 50%. We need to carry it carefully with project work. With this information, please remember this diagram. And number 2, also please have a look at this complete screen. With this, we'll stop for now. Any questions, clarifications, please do let me know. We'll take it from there. Here is our journey plan on my screen. The journey plan for our classes. We'll have the classes from the scratch, very basics from the scratch. We'll go in detail, slowly, step by step. I assure you complete practice orientation from scratch, right from the basics. Do let me know for doubts, clarifications, if any. Glad to assist you. Thank you so much. Have a nice time. Thank you.